then I'll do a share.
Was
Okay.
there adults? This was that.
Oh, yeah, let's screw this up.
But that actually like needing a little bit of that. I don't know.
Let's see. And I'll do a share.
Was there adults?
Okay, and. Okay, I just gotta go back now. I went too far.
Intersections.
Sure.
Okay. So we're ready to start. Yes?
All set, Diane.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming. This is the Newington Library 5K Challenge race planning meeting, and our race is coming up right around the corner. I am hoping and expecting that Kevin Mason will join us soon, but in being mindful of our next meeting, I'm going to start this meeting and kick it off. We'll start with the refreshments committee. The one thing about being the only person that's remote is it's hard for me to see who's in the room. So please speak up. I can't, if noise is not coming from your area or you're not the last one who spoke, I can't see you if you raise your hand. So speak up, please, if you want to join in or question anything. So I'll start again with the bottled water and refreshments. I think we're friends sponsoring that and we were picking that up, Lisa.
Yep, I'm gonna pick it up with Scott this weekend and then Ron, will be in the shed, but yes, it'll be all set.
Okay. Super. And refreshment tables, we're all set with those, Ron?
Yeah, so just the other thing is bagels. We did, we got some bagels from Costco. They're not, we do have to pay for them, but he gave them to us at half price. And then the other thing is Dunkin' Donuts is giving us some donuts too for that day. And I'm not sure about the fruit. We'll have to ask Anna about the bananas or whatever, but that's what we have. So that should be all set as well.
I thought she said the veggie world was on board with that.
I don't know what we're getting for fruit.
Oh.
That's what, that's
Oh,
what
we
I
don't
just
know what
said.
we're getting, but they're on board. Okay. And she's not in the room, I take it.
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
find out about fruit and fruit.
So we'll circle back on the fruit for under refreshments.
Yep.
Okay. I'm sorry, what was that?
Maureen has a question.
Are the bagels being delivered or do we have to pick them?
No, I think what we'll probably have to pick them up like a day before or something. They're not gonna be that morning of, so they'll already be here. And I don't know if they have to be sliced or not at this point. I'll find out more closer to the event, but yeah.
Okay, and we'll have cream cheese as well, or?
Well, so here's the thing. You can't get packaged cream cheese anywhere or else it's very, very expensive. So one thing we could do is you can buy the tubs and buy the little cups and just throw like a tablespoon in a cup and hand them out. Because you can't put a big tub of cream cheese out
But
because
is even the other option allowed? They don't have the packet, I can't, but Sam's and stuff.
Sam's does not have them right now. Mm-mm.
Oh, the little packets.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
And then they're at least $1 a piece if you buy them.
really?
They're very
I don't think
expensive.
people need-
But the other option is like what we did at the Winterfest where we had the little, I don't know, they're little cups and you put the cream cheese in
Little
with
condiment cups.
yeah, condiment cups. That's exactly what they are.
And as people came up, you asked them if they want it or because you can't.
They have covers. They have
got
covers. You can just put them out on the table, but that means you could do that in a cup, the day before
Yeah.
or whatever,
Well.
or 2 days before. You can, it would be fresh. So but you can't buy the packages unless you want to pay a lot of money. So. And you can't just put a tub out. It's not sanitary, but. I don't know what you want.
Thoughts on that? How many people are in the room? How many board members are in the room?
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6.
6.
Okay. Thoughts on that? Do we put cream cheese out? Do we do the extra effort of putting it in the mini cups? What did we do last year?
We had packets. Yeah, we had packets.
That was from Dunkin' Donuts though last year.
No, we bought them.
Wow.
They were expensive though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I would say I don't think it's worth the effort of doing the,
I kind of think the same thing.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work to sit there and scoop
Yeah.
up those little things and try and estimate how many people are gonna want them.
And keep them cold or whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
Why don't we skip the cream cheese this year and see what kind of feedback we get?
Okay. Yep. Because we asked Costco and we asked Sam's, they stopped carrying it, and then if you buy it online, it's just incredibly expensive.
Okay.
All
right, so we'll-
Anna's, by the way.
What?
I have, Anna's in the room now.
Oh, hi, Anna.
Hi. So I have some disappointing news. I don't know what else to call it. I spoke with the owner of Veggie World back in December.
Oh.
It's like, everything's okay. He has yet to return my phone calls. I went over to the store on Friday, left a letter, called back today. And the woman who took the call was, was rude, let's put it that way. And, I don't know where he is. I haven't seen him in 3 weeks. And the conversation did not go well. And I'm not going to repeat what she said on this call. So, I right now, unless he calls me back, we're up the creek for the bananas and oranges. His store manager has been on vacation, visiting his family in the Middle East for 7 months. I don't know, it's a different world.
Could we talk to one of the how much does that entail?
Well, I mean, we have sponsor money, we just take the money and we buy what we need.
Sponsor money, that's what I'm saying, but then, refreshments provided by, Anna Eddie.
Okay.
However. But I did get 10 dozen donuts from Dunkin' Donuts out of this. And there's a whole
That's good.
story. There's a whole story about supply chain issues with bagel dough.
Oh, wow.
Throw this out
But
there.
the donuts went really well last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So they went right for the bagels.
so, so they are committed for the 10 dozen like they did last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do we want to handle the fruit? What's our plan B?
Well, plan B is what we used to do, probably is buy it from Sam's Club.
Yeah, I mean, it says 56 pounds of oranges sounds like a lot, but it's really not. And when you buy them in the big bulk bag, it's 8 bags, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
about right.
6 or 7 bags.
It's probably cheaper to all of them. If do they sell in that?
Yeah.
So
They're cheap.
About 8 bags.
Yeah, and then we buy, I don't know, we figure out the poundage of
Couple
bananas.
boxes of bananas.
Yeah, okay, we can do that, that's fine. Okay,
Okay, and you'll use the corporate card.
yep. I will do that.
All right, and Anna, do you think it's a lost cause at this point? Or if he calls back, will you alert us?
Yeah, yeah, certainly, but, I think it's a lost cause. I mean, he has not called me. I've been calling over the last several weeks and, I mean, it just goes straight to voicemail. I mean,
Okay.
it doesn't even say this is so-and-so. It just goes, it just repeats the phone number that I've been dialing. I'm assuming it's the same phone number, but what do I know?
Okay.
Yeah, excuse me. Sorry, folks.
Anna. They haven't gone out of business. have
No,
they?
they're still there. But he has multiple businesses and he's not an on-site owner.
Oh,
Okay, so
Okay.
tables,
They're in the shed.
How many do you typically?
Oh, 18 or something?
Yeah, and I think-
We usually have more than that.
Yeah, and I think Saputo's is gonna have its table, our table.
You're gonna have a table? I've got 6 other sponsors who will probably want a table.
I'll bring them all out to the site anyway, so.
Kingston
would
had
be-
mentioned that they wanted a table this year.
They're on the list, Diane.
Okay, good.
So I've got, like I said, I've got 6. I guess what we should theoretically do is label the tables on race morning so everybody knows where their table is.
Yeah, we were gonna give Saputo the primo spot. Yeah,
Diane, I did have a suggestion for you. Maybe Tilcon has calmed down since we told them what was going on and, just like Dunkin' Donuts changed their mind when, they, back in December, they said absolutely no, and, maybe they're okay bringing the truck now, if you ask. Just want to give you a chance, the race is coming up, you did have a good presence here.
Still a large sponsor as well.
Yeah,
well, but Saputo's, I think, is gonna actually they're gonna have a huge banner. So I'm just saying that,
Use them to block.
put the banner on the other side of the truck, I don't.
So one of the things is to move that truck, to get it cleaned and moved. It's a big expense for them to do that. It's not, they're just gonna have a guy jump with his keys in the truck and go. So it means it's a day it's not working. It's got to get cleaned up. It's got to be delivered. They got to pay the guy overtime to pick it up and bring it back. So even last year, they were considering whether or not it was worthwhile to do that. And the conversation that I had, the tone that I had on that second conversation was less than friendly. And then let us not forget that M&T Bank also came in and is given equal preferential treatment on the back of the shirt. So
Right.
I don't think that. Go ahead, Lisa.
no, go ahead.
So at this point, I think I'm just gonna let it go. I don't think I'm gonna reach out to them. I mean, certainly if they wanted to bring the truck, we would make it work. But they were,
We wanna reach out to see if they want at least a banner, put out for them.
I can reach out again and ask if they were going to send a banner
We can
in lieu
print
of the
banner.
truck.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So cleanup crews next. We're all the cleanup crew.
It's everybody.
Yeah, so the cleanup crew is us and whatever volunteers we still have left at that point. So that's the board.
Historically, the young folk are still there and they've been very
Yeah.
helpful.
Yep.
And quick.
Yes, they have been very helpful with the heavy lifting and they are pretty quick. It's always appreciated. Moving on, awards committee, trophies, boosters awards. We all set with those, Neil?
Yep, everything's here.
2 10-year.
Okay, and what about the 10-year?
There's 2 of
2
them.
10-year medals.
Okay, and we have the trophies for the little runners, the little medals.
You mean the
Yes.
sprinter or, yeah.
The new one, okay. Sponsorships at this point, the sponsors that have paid their money to be on the t-shirts are on the t-shirts, they're being printed.
We have
Anything else?
received-
So Veggie World is outstanding.
Hold on, Leanne said something.
On the sponsorships, we've received everything that I'm aware is coming, with the exception of, we had one sponsor's check bounce. And they were gonna send it back in. I don't have them, but otherwise, I'm not awaiting any other.
Okay.
Okay. So Anna, I think you had been in communication with them.
With who?
So Mac.
So
Philman? Yeah. I already emailed Leanne. I told her that I
Yeah, I
recessed on the
understand that.
bill.
I just saying it's the only one that isn't, everything else is in, as far as I'm aware
Okay.
that.
Okay. Next prizes, where are we with prizes?
We're in good shape.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear on two.
Yeah, I have one from my massage therapist,
Nice.
$50.
Wow.
The other thing, I went to Fleet Feet last week and they changed the procedure for gift cards. You have to apply online, which I did. I haven't heard back from them, but they said preferential treatment to runners from West Hartford, people who buy from them, and also the philosophy of our race. So I thought I did a pretty good, philosophy of, the bringing community runners together for the community library, that type of thing.
Pauline, I just say, I already got a gift certificate for Fleet Feet.
Yeah.
I went through the process online for several years.
Yeah.
I
You
got
got
it
it for this year?
for this year.
Do you have it? Did you give it to us?
I'm sorry.
You haven't given it to us though, the gift
Yeah,
certificate.
in the hats from,
That's what they gave us, right? Running hats.
Pfizer.
But I asked for
So you might get it.
gift cards.
Okay. All right, perfect.
I said for the
It's what it
first
is.
male, first female, and the oldest.
But I think it's
Try to
important,
agree.
but I think it's important that we talk with each other so that we don't have
So
that.
I was just told to contact them.
It's a good thing they didn't say,
They
we
did.
already heard from you.
Yeah, and the third thing was the oldest race, so
Okay.
keep our fingers crossed for that. Do you want to sit down to?
And Maureen, you'll let me know,
Yeah, I'll
yeah, okay, I'll talk to you about it anyway, just the names in case.
Modern Tire and Mike's.
Thank you. Okay, I just want to get it on the, sponsor board has to go to print soon.
Good.
And Michelle's working on some, getting some more massages for the top runners. And some of
Good.
our usual suspects, okay.
That's nice.
Mhm.
All right, moving on, registration committee. I know we have the timing company in place. Yes?
Yep. Mhm.
Excuse me. Registration form and online registrations.
Kevin,
I think
Kevin said, there were 100
It's actually gone up.
53.
No, it's gone up since he sent out the email. We're already up to 154.
wow.
164.
Yeah,
And how many little, he said 10 little sprinters?
yeah, so 7 of them are, it's easy to see it online, you can see the parent name and then the child. So there's 7 children running with parents who are race runners and there's 3 paid
Okay,
children so far.
That's a good number.
3 paid little sprinters or 3 paid?
3
5
paid little.
Wow. That's interesting.
Well,
That's
Lisa
good.
and I talked last week and she had a concern about people coming who weren't participating in the race and how would we handle those? So, a youth runner pays $10 to run, so it was sort of, so that's what a little sprinter is going to do. And we came up with verbiage that we're both using online and yeah, on both websites. And it was included in the, Kevin just walked in the door. Kevin sent out an email today and the focus on it was run for free. And so the first part was, if you run and send out 3 referrals, you can run for free, you get back your registration fee. And if you run and have a little one, under 5, he or she can run in the little reader sprint for free, otherwise it's $10. So we became very clear on that. We were kind of vague in the beginning.
Okay, great. Great. Nice to know we have future runners signing up.
did you,
Is that
Kevin,
good?
you heard Kevin walked in, right, Diane?
Hey, Kevin, how are you?
Good, Dan.
I'd be happy to turn over running the meeting to you. We were at registration forms and online registrations.
Oh, no, you're doing great.
I can tell you, I mean, online registration numbers are up at this time from last year by, like 20, I think it was. And we have 163 registered runners right now, of which 10 are, early, we call them little readers. And 3 of those are little readers without adult registrants, which means I guess they pay now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't aware, but that's good. So last year at this time, about 2 weeks before the race, we had a 131, so 22 or 23 ahead of last year. So that's good. And of course, it may just be replacing some of the form registrants, which I guess we'll figure out how many we get this year. Last year wasn't that many altogether. So it's easier for all of us if they sign up online, obviously.
I think if we've had 10, it's a lot.
If we have 10, yeah. And I don't know what we got on Saturday last year, but I think it was 18. Does that sound right on Saturday? I mean,
But the people that actually registered.
On Saturday.
the
Right,
race-
we're not just picking up, but
They were
actually.
registering, yeah.
yeah. I think it was pretty small. It wasn't hardly, that Sunday morning was pretty easy.
No, that was nice.
Yeah, it really was nice. So, yeah, no, so it looks good and hopefully our numbers will exceed last year's numbers.
That'd be nice.
And there's been no cheer, nobody's called them.
Nobody's called you? We keep trying.
Oh, and Pete said they're posted on their, online bulletin for the race. And they took a couple flyers and they said that they would hand them out and post them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's, a running group there. The numbers have been ordered. In fact, I think, you told me the other day they're coming in, so we'll have the numbers before the race. And you'll need them for the Saturday registry, right? Or the pickups, the Saturday pickups. Yeah, we should have them by then. I'll deliver over to you guys before then. Okay.
Great. Let's see, so, police, are we all set with police?
Yes, oh, yes. Yeah,
Great.
we've got a vehicle that'll, head the procession, yes.
It'll head the procession, will it travel all the way through the
Or
race
it'll
at the beginning?
It'll lead the runners and then it'll follow in the rear.
Yeah, it circles back.
Okay, so it will, drive ahead of them down Walsh.
Yeah, all the way around the course.
Okay, good. So the reason I bring that up is, I was gonna bring it up a little bit further down, but, the Masons have advertised a brunch for that morning, starting at 9 o'clock, so from 9 to 1. So, it's good that the police will guide through. I think that will help bring attention to it. But I think when we talk about the road volunteers and stuff, we have to figure out what's happening. And I'm questioning whether or not we should bring it up before our race starts, just to say that we're aware that there's a brunch going on. There may be more traffic than usual on Walsh Street or not.
Has somebody spoken with the Masons about our rate?
Not an easy thing to do, let me tell you. It was quite the group effort to try and get through to somebody. And the last message I got back from them was they'll put a message on their Facebook page and inform all of our members to be watching out for runners, and the preferred entrance will be from Garfield Street. And we can mention this at our breakfast this weekend. We can also put signs out that say watch for runners at intersections on Walsh Ave. That's what they said. So I did write to them. It took me a while to get through to somebody who would respond. And, I emphasize the fact that we've been running a race on this weekend for over 25 years. And, we were concerned about the added traffic right there. And because they had already advertised it, they felt they couldn't change the date or the start time. So, and really to a certain extent, probably just changing the time wouldn't have done it. Because you go when you think you first read the time. So I think we just have to be very aware. Right as we turn that corner, between CVS and the Masons and the gas station and everything like that, it could be a little dicey. But it should only be dicey for 15 minutes, right? By when are the walkers through there?
It should be probably less than 10 minutes. I mean, you're less than half a mile to that corner. So even a walker walking, 20 minutes is gonna be less than 10 minutes there. So it should be a fairly short time, and you're gonna have the police car leading through, we should be okay there. It's when it really starts to spread, and there's and nobody goes through the road for a little while, and all of a sudden somebody comes to the road, that's probably more of a danger than that, I would think.
I'm sorry, I missed that last part.
Well, it's like later in the race when now, there's 30 minutes between the lead runner and, who's ever carrying up the rear. That's when it starts to get more dicey because sometimes nobody goes through an intersection for 5 minutes and, and then they don't see anybody. They go through an intersection and now realize another runner on the trail or something.
And once the Masons park, they'll be there for a while.
I think that's the brunch is ongoing, right? It's not a set time.
It's 9 to 1.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah.
not a.
But again,
Yes.
once we go back, that's it. We don't come back on that road. We're no longer involved with that street.
Well, and that's when the most people are through is that first 15 minutes. And that's when, the serious runners are going through. They don't want to have to dance around cars because it affects their time. So hopefully that will work with the police car escorting folks. People will pay attention. Okay, so just be aware of that. Homeowners loudspeaker and horn. Kevin, do you own those now?
I own it now. Yes, loudspeaker actually, I own. My friend kind of gave it to me and Ron donated the starter horn to me, so I now keep possession of that as well.
Great, thanks. Homeowners notifications. Gentlemen, are you set for that?
And, hold on a second. I just need to ask Kevin something. So the loudspeaker, I know you have it at the starting line. We're going to need it there for a little bit longer so we can use it to call, and get the little reader sprint going too. I know you normally move it up.
Right. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's not a big deal because I don't really start talking on it until about 10 and when people are starting to come in and they're asking about different records and.
Yeah.
things,
We might not get it till 5 after 10.
Well, I guess the other option we have the DJ
Yeah.
gets here, right? So if I have to make an announcement for whatever reason, I guess I can go to the
Yeah.
DJ and do that until we get the.
Okay, I just wanted you to be aware.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I wouldn't have thought of
With Kevin, and you guys can hash out.
Ron's got the map of,
that. I better look at it here.
and the things are right here.
Awesome. So
Okay,
I'll take that
so
with me.
we're all set.
Hey, Kevin, I got a map for you too, my section.
And just say Kevin on it. It has a picture of me.
You and
You and Neil can do
you and
that.
Neil can hash out the rest of.
Okay, we're working out.
Okay.
Here.
Okay,
this is
so
all-
homeowners notification, you guys are assigned, your dates and times and your streets. Okay.
Yep.
Course signs and sponsor signs.
Yep, we have those. I think they're in the shed.
Do you have the mile marker sign here?
I believe so.
You do.
Yeah.
Kind of last week, 1 year I had.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, bathrooms and power, that's easy. We've got those.
Yep.
Race volunteers and road volunteers. Do we have Key Club or whoever signed up?
We're still working on it. Yeah.
Okay,
So we're-
and Anna, do we have the volunteers from track and field for the little sprinters?
Yeah,
Okay, how many of those do you know?
well, I don't know. Andy and I met with the coach, Jen, what's her name? Hold on, I got the information right here.
Do you know, I think she's Jamie's sister,
Who?
Jamie Trevathan.
Oh, really?
He lives near us.
Jen DeShane Emord, she's a running coach. It's the only thing she does at the high school. She coaches the kids. And they've got like 120 runners. She does not know how many of them are coming. So we're hoping at least 25 to 50. So they get cheerleaders, but they will be here and be in that area like by 9:15. I warned her about where they should park. They should park over at the senior center and walk over, and the road closures and all of that. So
Okay, so we have 25 volunteers to help with the little sprint race.
I'm thinking, I mean, that's
Okay.
the sense that she gave us. I don't know for certain. But she seemed confident that she would have enough kids here. And some of them are running as well.
Okay, great. And key clubs, we don't know yet. Okay. Transportation for mile timers?
We're not really doing that anymore. We can probably remove that from our agenda.
We should remove that. Okay,
Yeah, people are doing it on their own now.
yeah. Ambulance and CERT?
Yep, and we're also, Sally and Ron and Karen and I met with DJ, the fire marshal, and he's also head of CERT, right? Is he?
Yes, he's the emergency manager.
Yeah, emergency manager, just about the race course and where Ron showed him the intersections that were dicey, a little bit dicey, where you know, want to traffic control. So he's kind of working on a plan, right? Is that what your take was, Sally? That
Yeah, he's gonna see if he can get some police, fire police to come and assist with some of the heavier traffic.
yeah,
stuff.
like they would close off the road when the runners are coming
Yeah.
through and then open it up again. And then we talked about the radio being nearby some of these areas so they can communicate back and forth with when to close the roads, when to open the roads, things like that. So
Okay.
he's supposed to give us more information. We'll reach out to you once we have more information. Is that okay to do it that way? Okay. His concern was he wanted to have, at the finish line, the ambulance usually sits at the finish line. So if
Mhm.
there's a problem with this course, we've always relied on the radio lead people to kind of communicate that we need the ambulance to come to that area. So making sure someone is there to, you know, to kind of, he wanted to make sure we had people there as like a home base so we could communicate back and forth. So usually at the finish line, a lot of us are hanging around waiting for the runners to come in. So we're just
So
gonna.
we need a
coordinate.
radio person there, right? We need a radio person
Usually
with the
there is
ambulance.
The finish, in the finish line area, isn't there usually a radio person?
I was planning to have that control the ambulance, Steve's gonna work his way back to the finish line,
Okay,
and he'll just be monitoring everything.
that's exactly what he wanted. Yep. And then we wanted to have some radio people with those fire police volunteers, or we would do crowd control or.
Do you have any specific spots? Cause I only have like 8, 9
Not-
people.
Yeah, not yet, and I'll get it to you as soon as I have that information. I can tell you exactly where.
I've basically got Wilson Avenue covered, all across from the Wilson, all
Yeah.
covered.
We'll let you know as soon as DJ gives me that thing. I'll email it to you, okay?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
All right,
Is that
super.
okay, Ron was there. Ron was very helpful.
Yes, and I was accused of hating DJ or whatever his name is.
No.
If you at least learn his name, you're gonna hate him.
Huh?
If you learn his name, you're gonna hate him.
And I took it with a grain of salt.
No, you were very gracious at the end. You shook his hand, so it was all good, right,
Yeah,
Sally?
we can use more
It was all good. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sally and I were
Good.
there. It was fun.
Great, thank you. Ron, we certainly appreciate all the work you do for this race, so thank you
Ron
for
if
that.
When is it? Let's get it over
When is
with.
the race? When is it over? Okay.
Okay. Promotions Committee obtained T-shirts. They've been given the okay to print for the shirts. We had all the logos back and forth. And I know the check's been cut and is waiting for the delivery of the shirts. So we're just waiting. It's unusual that we have this much time between our May meeting and our May race. It just happens to be the way the dates fell in the calendar, but I'm not expecting any problems. I haven't heard any problems for delivery. Public relations, are we all
So
set there?
Karen's is doing the Talk to the Mayor show tonight to talk about the race. It starts in about 25 minutes, so she's sweating it out in the other office. I delegated. I didn't have to delegate.
You love your public speaking.
I know. So she's doing that, but.
So we
we've
are
also-
the lesser of two evils. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
I think so, and I was sweating doing the technology, so that. Choice, Diane. But we also are, pushing it on, social media, and it was in the rare reminder, they've had the registration there. Newington Life had a little blurb about it as well, so it's really hard to, I think Fiona, you also had some radio or TV, right?
Yeah, so I went through a bunch of like local news stations to try to submit on community calendars. It's on WTNH News Channel 8 on their like community calendar. I submitted, it's all like on forms online, so it's kind of hard to see if anyone gets it. I submitted
Mhm.
to 100.5 that Maureen sent me the contact. I haven't heard back on that, and I checked and I haven't seen anything, but it's possible they don't put it up until closer to. I submitted it to NPR, or I'm sorry, WNPR. And I'll check with that as well, and I'll let you know over email if that happens. And then Keith at Fox 61, I'm gonna follow up with him. My guess is he'll mention it like in the week leading up to, and like I'm hoping he'll mention it on air in the week leading up.
And that's what Gary Byron's planning on doing. the week.
How about Steve Parker?
That-
He's still on TIC and.
I don't know,
Saturday.
I don't know. I think Karen reached out about that to push it on his radio show as well. I'm not positive about that. He's talking about it tonight, at least locally.
Well, let's hope it's weather like this, because that's perfect segue into, oh, it's nice weather and you should run the race.
I did notice the town council meeting agenda for tomorrow includes. the road
Yeah,
race.
we put a blurb in about
Did you
that.
contact him? No.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Okey-doke.
Okay, sponsor sign, race sign and banners.
Right.
Are we
We're all
set with those? We're waiting.
The sponsor sign, I'll try to get it done this week and then get it sent to print so we can get it, well, we need it before the race, so I have to do it this week.
Mhm. Okay. And then we've sent out the registration forms to past attendees and the emails that go out, the ones Diana writes and Kevin forwards. So that's good. Any other business for the race? Any other concerns that people have at this point?
I have a couple questions, Diana. So one of the things that was on the task list, and we're not reviewing it yet. Did you get a chance to print it? Somebody print it?
I didn't, no, I didn't.
Okay, last year there was a concern about potholes. I don't know if there's any potholes this year. I think.
Oh, yes, I rode the whole course, actually 2 weeks ago. And I had 4 locations and I brought him to the highway department and he did it in no time.
Oh, nice.
So we should be all clear.
Good to know people.
It's good to know people. We should send the highway department a thank you note.
Yeah, they did it like in a day. Evidently, they needed some work to do. So they were out there.
Oh, that's good.
So that's clear. Plus, there's some construction going on Robbins Avenue there.
Yeah.
But the area near Robbins and Autobahn there's a repaired trench and it's perfect. So that's no problem there. So the course should be okay.
Good. On the little reader sprint, when we talked, I mean, we haven't done this before, but we thought it would be fun if we have a couple of kids where the finish lines are, that they run through tape. And I don't know if we want to use something like,
Crime tape.
crime tape or just use something.
One more
Crepe
crepe,
paper.
crime tape.
Crepe
Trade paper might be better.
All right, so I'll pick up some crepe paper at the dollar store. We can just use that for the kids, just
How do
so,
you get like a roll?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't realize they sold them
Yeah.
like that large.
No, like, you know.
Oh, I know what you're saying now.
I can hang it in the street.
Yeah. And the other thing I thought of, and I don't know if it would even work, I thought it would be fun if there was like a bubble machine at the finish line. They run through bubbles, but I don't know if you'd have to plug it in or anything like that. Anybody?
You do it before then.
I
Yeah.
have something. I don't know if you have to plug it in. I'll have to, we haven't used it yet. I just got it.
I bought one for my grandson, was it Stop and Shop for like $8 and it's with batteries.
Oh, batteries, that's probably what it is.
Batteries would
Okay.
be great.
I can bring mine. I can bring ours.
That would be fun to, I think, at the finish line, that they run through the tape and the bubbles. Yeah. The parents might not agree, but.
I have a whole jug of bubbles,
Oh,
so
there you go.
too, so I can bring them.
You know, it's gonna be a mad woman out there.
I like that idea.
That'll be a race.
Okay, perfect.
Great.
So Fiona and Leanne got the,
Oh, I can loan you the bubble machine, but,
Okay.
I mean, I think
I'll get it back from him.
I'll look to see if ours is the same. I don't know. It's larger, but I don't know if
we'd
it's
have one
battery
on each,
operated.
we'd have one
or
on
not.
each side,
Yeah,
if it
yeah.
works.
But I'll look at that tonight.
Perfect.
I do have one thing, if you're done yet.
I am done, and I wanted to say thank you to Lisa because Andy and I barged into her office after a meeting with Jen, and we had all, all these ideas, and she like quickly split one online, and we had some suggestions on, Dr. Seuss medals and stuff, and, I blinked my eyes twice and it was all ordered. So, thank you.
The only thing that I would ask, unfortunately, I'm gonna be kind of out of commission the week before and the day of the race, so I'm asking for anything that can be done ahead of time regarding, like, for example, the DJ contract and things like that, if we can get that set, so I can get, checks written and cash box amounts and things like that. I would like to have that done so that on Friday, I'm bringing it all in here and dropping it off.
Yep, I know, I'm working on that.
Thank you.
Are we setting up a schedule for Saturday morning, for Saturday, who's gonna work registration? Do we do that
Yes,
now?
I was gonna do that with the full board.
Oh, okay.
Is the full board here?
No.
No.
Okay, so I have it on the agenda for then. But yes, we do want to do that. Anna, the list of supplies then that you need for the little runners, you're getting it, you have it set, people are dropping it off with you.
It's all set.
It's all set.
We have everything we need for it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
good.
The pre-registration table is the one that needs more people too, right?
Yeah,
Race day, not so much anymore.
no, because most,
We like to watch you guys sweat over there as we do nothing at the race day registration now.
we're not getting that many people either. don't we?
Well, to pre-register, they still have to pick up stuff.
Yeah, but it's not that,
And then we have a T-shirt, right? That's the
right,
other,
that's it, we have to have a T-shirt station.
yeah, okay,
And we're having a separate one table for the little runner.
correct, yeah.
Who mans that table?
Whoever we assign to take the money, they have their own little bibs that they get
Okay,
and stuff like that,
all right,
yeah.
okay.
The little runners do?
Yeah, they have their own little bibs with pins that they get to keep.
Grooming the future runners.
We're question of bids.
Yep,
Are male and female will be different or we have to pay attention?
they're the same.
Okay, to pay attention.
Yeah, you just have to look at the number, I guess, they're always the same. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's
Any
it.
questions or concerns as we come up on race day?
Weather's gonna be nice. That's all I know.
I have a question for Ron. Do you have extra cones on race morning? Or can you move them?
Well, the cones are in the shed.
Are they being, because we're gonna need some cones for the little runners.
You have a stack of cones for it.
Yeah, I can also,
How many do you need, Anna?
I have no idea. I'm just doing this on a wing and a prayer. I'm trying to get Andy to be the lead on here, but he's.
Do you want-
my.
let me see if I can get like an extra stack from the town hall.
I was gonna say, can we get like 2
Do
days?
do you need,
Town hall have them?
yeah,
Highway department has them.
or highway, right? Highway.
Yeah, highway department has,
Yeah,
because they put them out for the open air market every other Thursday from food sure.
okay, so I'll ask Rob then. That would be the one, right, Rob?
I guess, I don't know, county ordinance there.
Okay. I'll just see if he can drop off cones for the weekend that we'll borrow and give them back.
Okay. Thanks.
We're still doing the food collection.
We're doing the human services collection. It's paper goods. And if they go on the website, there's a list of what they're looking for. Cause Sally was saying like, no peanut butter, no whatever, but we're actually
No
looking
pasta.
for. Right, we're actually not looking for food as much as like health and beauty aids or personal hygiene or paper goods. So we'll have a donation bin kind of back where we had it before. I think it was kind of near the entrance of the town hall. We'll have bins out there just to collect. And I think Human Services has bins. that we
Yes, they
can buy.
do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Remind me
it would
now.
be, it would be good to get more bins because, you know, oddly enough, when people start bringing bulky items like paper towels or toilet paper and stuff, that those bins fill up pretty quickly.
Okay.
The only issue might be, hopefully they'll be empty after the postal carriers.
Right.
This,
That's Mother's Day weekend, right?
yeah, this coming, that's this weekend.
Yes, this weekend.
So, I mean, usually they're pretty good about emptying those bins up again.
Okay.
Depends on how much stuff you get.
Okay, Derek.
I did have a question for, when do we want to turn online registration up? Last week, we turned it up on Friday night.
Right.
So second, I think I have stuff for 9 o'clock Friday night, but. I'll go
Just
check.
as long as we have the list for Saturday morning.
Yeah. Okay,
Hey, it's 10 to 2,
10 to 2 is when we're doing
the
the,
pickup.
okay.
Yeah.
So what
Okay, I
works
think
for
that-
you, Kevin?
No, that's fine. Just more of a mental note to myself, because I gotta go back, when I go back and make sure I had the same time. I
Yeah.
it was not on Friday night, but.
The online, the websites say that registration closes at 5, but, you know, that's all right for the people who are Johnny-come-latelys. They can think that they
5 on Friday or 5 on Saturday?
5 on Friday.
Okay, so I can, yeah, listen, I
So
can,
whenever you shut it down, so if anybody sneaks in between 5 and 9,
yeah,
it's a bonus.
yeah, I just have to get the list out there for that Saturday morning, so I gotta just figure out what my schedule is.
I can always pick it up too, Kevin.
Yeah, I'll work it out. I just put on my schedule for that Saturday, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I think that's it, Diane.
Okay. So we feel good about the race? Everybody's got their I's dotted and T's crossed? A resounding, yes over there.
Yes.
We just have a few clean up, but we'll clean 2 groups early.
We delivered all my signs. I'm not, can't swear they all went up.
Oh, yeah, everyone did a good job of that. That was very nice.
I have a couple stragglers that I gotta do on my list.
Yeah.
But I did about 15 of those.
So Monday, I will see you.
Yep. I'll have everything ready.
Okay.
If you're gonna pick up the food, I mean, you go.
Yeah, we'll go together.
Right.
Yeah.
2 days before.
Yeah.
Probably, like, morning, afternoon.
Morning. Better.
Whatever. I mean, you want to go first stand or something?
Yeah.
Like,
They open at 9. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't just go touch base.
Well, we'll talk about Monday. All right, I'm gonna turn off the recording. Are we all set, Diane?
All right. Well, yeah, I have to ask for an adjournment. I wasn't sure what's going on. Are we ready to adjourn this meeting?
Yep.
Maureen made the motion.
Okay,
Hanging around.
I'll
second. Thanks, Anna. All those in favor? Ah, thank you. All right, I'll jump off this one and go on the next, web. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks to our volunteers for the race. We appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you.
Lisa, Lisa.